what about for you? I mean, like going into this year, like how are you feeling about your drag career in terms of like, because I'd say you're like, I always felt, I don't know if you feel this way too, but I always felt like you and I were like on the same sort of, and you're like a year ahead of us or like a couple of months ahead.
Our older
You're like our older sister.
They call me auntie. No, I just feel like because I don't have another job outside of drag, I am a full-time drag queen. It does light that fire under your ass. It's like, I need to perform. I need to be out there. I need to hustle and get these gigs because this is literally how I'm going to pay rent at the end of the month.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like that kind of made a little switch over for me because it's like, I don't have something else. So it's like, I'm going to make sure that I get these gigs. And at the beginning, it was like, even if they're tip spots, even if I'm doing 5 gigs like back to back, like in a week, like I will do it to make it happen.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of really helped me. And now I can kind of sit back and be like, okay, you don't have to do every gig. Like, it's okay to not do every gig.
Yeah.
Do the ones that make sense.
I feel like that is not what happens to a lot of people. Like, when it becomes, like, your job, people build up such a resentment towards it. And, like, you really have been able to keep, like...
I
the joy.
love it.
Keep the joy.
Girl, like... I look back at the journals that I used to write in like high school and just being like, I want to be in LA and I want to be on stage and I want to be a performer and like, I'm literally doing that. And it's just like, so to me, I feel like maybe it's a thing of like, maybe you didn't have to go through all that. Like I went through a lot to get to LA and to even start drag. Yeah. So to me, it was just like, this means a lot to me and I'm never going to take it for granted.
For sure. Well, and that's another thing I was going to ask you guys is what's something that you would, now that we're 3 to 4 years into it, what's something you would have done differently or what's some advice that you would give to like your just, or any queen that's starting out to be like, do this, you don't need to do this, you might feel like you have to do this, but you know, what would that be for you?
I mean, I would have said start earlier, girl.
Yeah.
Like, when I moved to LA, because I moved to LA like 10 years ago, and I spent so much time in these gay bars, like as just like a degenerate. And like now I feel like my nightlife like was behind me and I wasn't really going out as much. And I'm like, I wish I was like, I had the energy of a 21-year-old.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Like when I'm out now.
Well, you're still a degenerate, by the way.
Of course. Absolutely.
Let's keep that straight. But I mean, don't you also feel, because you started doing stand-up and you were doing acting as well before. Do you?
I was trying to. It felt like I was doing that, but it was more like me trying to find my creative footing. And just kind of feel like where I fit in. Yes, we all start levitating.
And by the end of the podcast, we're all just speaking at the same time.
Exactly.
Saying the same thing.
Exactly.
We enter a flow state.
Yeah. No, I feel that way too. Like looking back, I'm like, wow, this was kind of obvious. Like there are definitely like certain signs with it. And like actually being a drag queen was my worst nightmare when I first realized I was gay. I was like, oh God, please don't let me be a drag queen. But now I'm like looking at all the like creative projects, the way that I've always been like such a Britney fan.
The signs were there.
The signs
were there.
It's kind of like when I was closeted and everybody was like, well, yes, we knew you were gay.
Yeah,
we knew you were gay,
for sure.
What would you say for like advice?
Okay, I think I have some good advice.
Yeah.
Like I would say, don't wait around to get booked. Search for the bookings and find the bookings. Go to the shows, because I felt like for a while I was like, I just really wish that they would like contact me, and I really wish I could do this show. And it's like, well, there's 1 million drag queens in LA, and no shade, they're not thinking about you. Like, you have to make a name for yourself, and you have to go out there, go to shows, perform at the shows, do the tip spots, the competitions, to get a name for yourself, and then they will be calling you. But like in the beginning, it's like you have to find the bookings yourself. Yeah. They're not going to come to you like right away.
Well, that is what's interesting too, because like some girls come on this podcast and they're like, it's easy for me. Like I've always booked. Like people have always booked.
Sickening, diva.
For me, I'm like, that has not been my journey. And you two know, like I have had to like similarly like make my own opportunities, create my own shows, do my own things, and like obviously
we've been in them.
Yes, and you've both been in them and supported me like the entire time, which is why you're here. But you know, and we're lucky to have people like Annie and others who like you know resonate with what we do and everything like that. But yeah, it's tough.
It is tough
to be able to get into it.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough industry, and no one's gonna like hand you anything.
No.
Also, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please.
I like another piece of advice, like watching drag shows, like take note of what you like. Yeah. I feel like I'm like, what does, like, if something makes me feel something and I'm like, oh, I love when they did this, or like, I love this moment. I'm like, I'm noticing when I'm feeling something, because then I'm like, how does that translate into my drag?
Yeah, yeah. And where's the space where I might fit?
Yes. Yeah. Like, exactly.
And where's the space also that I enjoy? Like drag is not a monolith, and it's like, you know, there are some shows where it's like I feel very much like an outsider, and I'm like, oh, my energy is like not vibing here. Yeah. And also I was gonna say for the three of us, because your drag mother, Love Connie, you know, Meatball is kind of taking a liking to you.
Yeah.
Sure. Or is that official? Where are you at with that?
No, I mean there's nothing official.
There's nothing official. There's nothing official.
And Tony Soto.
And then Tony Soto. But I feel like East Side, downtown Queens, like we're very much like the three of us, I feel like, are more campy, theatrical.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you know, like obviously we are personable people, so we've made inroads in West Hollywood, but it's maybe not necessarily like a natural, you know.
Yeah, it's not always what the shows are looking for. So a lot of West Hollywood, it's like high energy party. They just want you twirling in a
to turn it up.
And to turn the party up.
To turn the party.
Sometimes like my spoken word Laura Dern monologue is not gonna turn the party up, and that's okay. Like,
and that's okay.
It'll turn other parties up, other places.
So true.
Absolutely.
Also, I feel like as drag queens, we are shapeshifters.
Yeah.
And there's a difference of like me being at the Offbeat in Highland Park, like what I'm going to serve there, because I feel like they're like a little more open to like theatrics and versus what I'm going to bring in West Hollywood. Like, for example, we're in West Hollywood tonight and I'm wearing a human unit because it's given what they're expecting of us.
You considered that,
Yeah, so it's just kind of like, you know, we change every day.
Yeah.
We wear different things, different wigs, and depending on what neighborhood, you're putting literal different hats or different wigs on to match the vibe of what that place is giving.
Absolutely. And it's always a balance of like matching the vibe but still being who you are.
Exactly.
Yes.
Finding
that like fine line. And we talked about that on Calypso's episode too. Calypso was very much like about like that's a lot of the lesson and a lot of the muscle of drag of like what you have to figure out.
For sure.
Well, we could talk forever, but
and we do.